Now we're starting to assemble the lower seat bun. You're going to need three things for this. You're going to need the lower seat bun, the cushion itself, you're going to need the new cover, and you're going to need your frame. Now if your cushion's not in the best of shape, say if your side bolsters right here are kind of wore out, kind of sagging a little bit, got holes missing in them, anything of that sort, you can take just the standard piece of roll foam, cut it to length from front to back, and you can use any kind of adhesive to attach the foam to the cushion. And what this will do is it'll actually give you a lot more support, and it'll take a lot of the wrinkles out of the new cover. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the cover and place it on the cushion, kind of get it centered up as best as possible. Grab the backs, fold them, and if you see right here, there's going to be another corded lip. You're going to want to attach this corded lip to this center groove. There's going to be a rod. I'm going to attach this the same way you took it off. You're going to go along the sides and attach the side corded lips to those once you get the center in first. You'll take your hog ring clip and you'll place it in the very center of the center groove. Make sure you go through and you get this little metal wire inside the clip. Make sure give it a good little tug, make sure it's attached. And you'll go left to right, finishing these out. You're not going to be able to get all the way to the side. Just get pretty much as close as you can. As you see on the corner, the cover is actually, the stitching goes inset, so you're not going to be able to pull this corded lip all the way out. Don't try to do that. You will rip the stitching. Just give it probably an inch and a half on the sides. Once you get the center section hog clipped in, you'll take and just fold it back over. Check your lines as far as them looking straight, secure. Make sure it's all nice and tight along the edges. You'll start by folding over the corner. I usually just take and press my knee on it. That gives you a good amount of wiggle room to get to the clips and to the rod that runs front to back. In the center, you'll have an extra rod that's attached. In here, this is going to be your bolster support for the sides. Don't attach the hog ring clip to the rod that runs upward. Only attach it to the one that runs side to side. Like so. You'll start in the center and work your way outward, going left to right. To make sure you've got a good seal on the hog ring clip, give it a nice little tug just to make sure that you've not got a hold of just the foam, because a lot of the times the hog ring clip will go over wire that runs front to back and you'll miss it, and it'll attach to the foam and it'll seem like it's in, but once you give it that extra little tug, it'll pull forward. If you do, that's no problem. Just take your snips, clip the hog ring off, because you don't want to leave them in, because it'll take and puncture the seat cover, and redo the hog ring clip. Now once you get all the clips in, you're going to take and fold it back over And just look at your seam. Make sure the seam ain't got any real big kinks. Look at it and see if it's in line, because a lot of times whenever you got your knee on this side, it'll kind of pull the cushion down like so, or it'll push it back. And you're going to try and keep this as level and as square as possible. And you can kind of compare these on side to side. See how far back that goes onto the seam? Look at your other side. Make sure it's around the same area. Once you get the other side ready, place your knees there. Fold it over, and this gives you, once again, easier access to the corded lip. Start in the center, just as the other side, and continue to work your way outwards. You want to keep the cord kind of pulled tight. You don't want it all wrinkled up like that, because it's going to make the cover have wrinkles in it. As you can see right here, this is the rod we're attaching to. This gives you a clear view of the rod which you want to attach your hog rings to, front to back. On the corded lip, go as far as possible as you can to give it the most secure fitting. Now that we've got both sides and the center all hog tied down, take a quick look at your cover. Make sure it's all straight, make sure it's square, there's no major wrinkles, any of that sort. As you can see in this situation, we have the lower part of the seat cover actually sets quite a bit down comparative wise to the front. This is where the extra bit of padding comes into play. We're going to take and slide this in under the cover in between the cushion, and that's going to give us a little bit more support and a little bit more fluff to the lower seat cushion. You simply just raise the cover up in the back, kind of wiggle the foam up in there, and if need be, you can always clip one or two of the hog rings on the sides, and this will allow the cover to raise up a lot more forward, and it'll be a little bit easier to put the foam in. We've got the foam in now. As you can see, it gives it quite a bit more fluff to the cushion, makes the rear of the seat cushion and the cover level with the front. This will give you a lot more support when you're sitting on it. As far as looks wise, it looks quite a bit better as well. Your cushion is kind of sagging a little bit on the corners on the bolster side. You can take your foam and just cut you a piece to length. So in this case, we're going to take the foam and just kind of work it down just a little bit. And if you need to, this is where you would actually cut right along that line there, just kind of level with the top of the bolster. You don't want it rolling over, or you don't want it too short, because it will show. You'll cut it right along that line, and this will give you a lot more support. It'll take a lot of the wrinkles out if your cushion is kind of laid over or missing chunks or broken. But in this case, we're pretty good. So we're just going to take a regular blow dryer, any kind of heat gun, and heat up the cushion or the cover itself. And this gives us a little bit more wiggle room as far as like stretching it over the cover. We went ahead and heated this up already. So we're going to take our knee and place it on the corner, grab the cover by the plastic trim, and just pull over. like so. You don't want to pull super hard on this because I just do it not to rip the stitching. You'll go, once you get the two fronts in, you'll just kind of pull it over, and right up in here you'll grab the top of the cushion and kind of fold it in. Try to get it below the seam. If need be, just give it a little tug here and there to take the wrinkles out. Just kind of work the cover over the cushion. And under the wrinkle itself, like you got a couple little creases from the wrinkle, if you put that piece of foam directly in the center of it, what that's going to do is it's going to press the cover in the center outward, and the wrinkles will kind of just level out, so to speak. Take the cover and the cushion and lay it on its back. We're going to take the seat frame and just set it on it. And you can see in this position here where the old seat frame used to sit. What I like to do is I take these 3 war spots and line them up to the 3 holes in the old frame. As you can see here, we've got those 3 spots lined up to the holes. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. And you can also judge this by the grooves that the previous seat springs had made, and the 3 little grooves that the lips on the front had made as well. You can adjust this simply by pulling on the front and just giving it a wiggle and a tug here and there. Once you get it nice and squared up, nice and level, keep pressure on it. Fold her over. And you're going to take this plastic lip. If you can see here, there's going to be a groove all the way around the corner of the seat frame. Now this plastic will fold down, it will go around and inside of the groove. Start at the very center, just kind of work your way around. And a little tip, a little trick that I like to use is if the seat cushion and the cover is too tight to actually roll and inset itself, you can always have someone put pressure on the frame like that, and that gives you quite a bit more playroom as far as the stretchiness of the cover. Now work that plastic all the way around through the corners, just keeping it kind of pushed up and in the groove, and you'll hear it kind of lock into place. If your lip right here is kind of pinched together, say like so, if it's got a kink in it and you were around the lip, you can take just a standard J-hook and just pry it out just slightly. Like so. And what that allows you to do is it allows the plastic liner to slip in and under a lot easier. And this is very bad around the corner sections. So I've went ahead and I've opened it up slightly with the J-hook. So we're going to have a person set pressure onto the seat frame now. I'm going to continue to roll the plastic down and around the lip. There we are. Got constant pressure, good seal all the way around. You can still give this a little wiggle here and there to even it out. But in this case, we're pretty level and square, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you how to hog tie the backs of the cover to the frame. Now GM had take this bottom lip or the back lip right here, and they had attached it to the springs way down here. And what this normally does is if you lean the seat forward or if you have some change fall out of your pocket, it'll slide right down inside the seat bun, and there goes your change. Right along the spring section here. I'm gonna take a 7/32 drill bit and I'm gonna drill 4 holes, 2 on the inside parts of the springs. Try not to get close to the springs because it'll weaken the spring mount. You're going to want to get about a 1/2 inch on either side of the spring and drill 4 holes. And I'm going to attach the lip to that section, and what this is going to do is it's going to pull the cushion, the cover tighter, and it's going to eliminate any kind of change that would be dropped. It'll just stay right in this section. Okay, once you got those drilled out, kind of move your metal shavings along to the side, try to keep them away from the foam and the cushion. Notice on the back side of the holes we drilled, there's going to be a little excess. You want to go ahead and remove that. Once you get the 2 in the center started, you can raise it up, and this gives you easier access to finish the outsides. And that stretched that back out pretty nicely. Once you get those 4 hog ties in, you'll take this little lip. You'll notice there's a hook on the back side of the frame. You'll take that plastic and stretch it over and fold it in. You can kind of press that hook in slightly. That helps retain the cover on. You'll have one on either side. Pop those in like so. On the back, this excess, we're going to take and hog tie it to the lower seat bun springs. What I normally do here is I'll roll this up, just kind of wad it up to where you can get a hog ring around it. And just hog clip it once or twice. Pull it tight, not too tight, just snug. Take your hog ring, clamp it to the spring. Once you get the hog rings all snugged and tightened up, repeat the process on the opposite side. The next step is to take a new razor blade. Try not to use an old one. And you'll see there's the lower stud where the upper seat back's attached to. We're going to take the razor blade and just set it on top of the cover, and it slices like so. We'll just go ahead and make an X. Just push the cover over. As you can see right here, there's going to be an inside nut. The T45 bolt screws into. And this is going to be a place that you're going to have to cut out of the cover. Just feel around for it. It's going to be closer to the top of the cover. There's going to be another larger hole right below it, and you can kind of go by that. Make a cut. You're going to want to cut this hole completely around. To give you full access to the threads. Once you get the hole cut out, just take your bolt, make sure that it's ready to thread. In this case, we're good. So we're going to go ahead and do the opposite side. Same situation, just kind of feel around for the hole. It's going to have the larger hole below it. It's going to be the top one. Just cut it out and thread your bolt to make sure that it's going to line up correctly. Okay, what we have here is the lower seat bun retainer bolts. We'll take the bolt, and the first thing you're going to do is place this cable over the bolt. You'll take the washer, the small one, and then you'll place the big one on. Got the other side. We have the bolts ready. We're going to take our lower seat bun cover and just slide it into place. And you can tell where we put those 4 extra hog ties, it gives it a nice firm tight fit so nothing can slide down in behind, like say the change and any kind of other objects that are small that could get lost in the seat. So take and push the seat bun cover down and over and get to the hole that you had just cut out and place the bolt, thread it up just slightly, and in this case we're doing the driver's side, so we're going to have the open bolt on the outer section of the seat, and we're going to have the cable on the inside part of the seat. This is where your latch is going to attach to, and the other side is where the cable will help the seat from falling forwards. Okay, now we've got the cable side started, and just snug them up. Snug them up like so. Try not to put too much torque on these because it's pushing the seat bun cover down. If need be, once we get the back on, we can tighten them down just a tad bit more. And now we have got the lower seat bun cover and the frame complete. It's ready to be bolted to the upper seat back. We've got our cable attached, our lower seat bun cover on. We've got it all nice and tight. We've got the new seat springs that we have produced here at F-Body Warehouse. And as you can see, it looks really, really nice.